Welcome back to Project 613. Today we are going to learn 4 mitzvot, 4 obligations for the judge to make sure that there is no perversion of justice. The first is that it is forbidden for a judge to unlawfully rule against a convert or an orphan. This would be taking advantage of their powerlessness, of their situation. And although we previously learned yesterday that it's forbidden for a judge to ever pervert justice, no matter the identity of the defendant, nevertheless here the Torah adds an additional prohibition when it comes to the case of a convert or when it comes to the case of an orphan, that the judge who does so transgresses not only the previous prohibition of in general perverting justice, but specifically in addition to that for perverting the justice of a convert or of an orphan. The second mitzvah that we learned today is that it is an obligation for a judge to give equal treatment for both parties, for both litigants. So when presiding over a case, the judge has to give both parties the opportunity to speak however much they want, whether it's briefly or whether it's at length. Each party has to have the ability to present their case exactly as they wish. Included in this mitzvah is an additional detail that once a judge hears the details of a case, once a case is brought before him, he is obligated to give a verdict. His obligation takes effect from when the two litigants present their arguments before him. He then is obligated to give his opinion. Of course, we're talking about when it's a judge who is qualified to do so. A judge who is not qualified to give an opinion, it would be forbidden for him to give an opinion on a case. And included in this mitzvah is the obligation to see the argument of each litigant for their benefits, to give everyone the benefit of the doubt when hearing them. And this is not only true in terms of a court case, but this obligation, we learn from here the idea that always we should, whenever we hear something from someone, we should always give them the benefit of the doubt and always try to interpret our fellow's actions or words in a favorable light. This is true when a judge is hearing a case being presented to him in court, and this is true for every single one of us whenever we hear anything about someone or see their behavior. The third mitzvah that we learned today is that it is forbidden for a judge to have fear from one of his parties. It's forbidden for a judge to issue a verdict in favor of one of the parties because he is in fear of their position. The Torah says, "Lo taguru mipnei ish," do not be afraid by anyone. So not to be intimidated by one of the parties because they are strong, because they are powerful. Perhaps he's going to attack me. Perhaps he will kill my child. Perhaps he will set my house on fire. Or any kind of calculation like that the judge can make. This is forbidden. The judge has to issue justice as is, and not because he is afraid of the reaction of one of the parties. And finally, the last mitzvah that we learned today is that it is forbidden for a judge to take bribery from either of the parties. It is forbidden to accept any sort of gift, even if the gift is given on condition that the judge rules justly. So the party presenting the gift clearly states that he doesn't expect the judgment to be ruled in his favor. Nevertheless, this is forbidden. This is considered bribery and is absolutely forbidden. Why? Because once someone accepts bribery, this clouds the judgment and doesn't allow them to really see things in a totally impartial way. A person is automatically going to lean toward the party who bribed him. And this is why this is totally forbidden. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.